Hello and welcome back to another episode with me, Bearlenation. Today we're going to play Sheffield Wednesday in the league and Ipswich in the third round of the FA Cup. It is the 1st of January, so the transfer window is now open. You join me on the finances screen. Since we first looked at it, the balance is now at 8.7 million, but our transfer budget is now at 2. We're under the wage budget a bit more now after selling some players and bringing some cheaper players in. Now it is January, we are looking at bringing 1 or 2 players in. I'd hope to bring in another striker and another defender just to bulk up the numbers in the squad. And we are maybe going to look at either loaning or selling 1 or 2 players just to try and even out the cash. Contracts wise, we have taken up 3 of the options on Irvine, Stewart and Mackenzie. Irvine and Stewart were already attracting some attention which could have let them go on a free. And Mackenzie's a good prospect, so it was important to keep him tied down. I'm currently unsure over Alan Hutton, Lee Highs and Norbert Balog's contracts. See how the season progresses. We have got options on Lee High and Balog, and we can always offer Hutton another deal. We'll see how the season progresses with them and make a decision from there. And we have also registered Angus MacDonald now in the squad. Now he's back from injury. That should bring us some much needed cover in the squad. Hopefully he can make an impact. Tafazoli has been wanting to leave on loan, so that'd be make up for Tafazoli's departure if he goes on loan. Since we last met against Leeds, we've played another 4 games. We've picked up 7 points. We beat Charlton 3-2, beat Birmingham 2-0, drew 2-2 with Nottingham Forest, where we went down to 10 men and scraped a last-minute equaliser. And we played poorly against QPR and lost 1-0. Hopefully we can put in an improved performance against Sheffield Wednesday. They're just above us in the table. I would hope if we can get 3 points off them today, that would be vital in the season. And then I'm going to play a mixture of youth and experience in the FA Cup just to get some fitness levels up for the youth players and a bit of experience, and hopefully we can progress against Ipswich, who are in the league below us. It's just also been announced just before we get into the game that the United Kingdom will not be leaving the European Union. This is really good for us because it doesn't involve bringing in new permit rules for European players, which could be potentially tricky for the club, especially at this size and at this level, to try and work around those permit rules. So that's really positive to start January as well, knowing that we can sign European players freely with no risk of any permit issues in the future. This is the team we're lining up with today. Lee High's coming in at right backs. Hutton's picked up an injury, and alongside him we've got Burke and Device with Elder at left back. A midfield 3 of De Silva, Batty and Stewart. On the wings, Wilkes and Balog, with Lewis Potter leading the line once again. Let's see how we get on against Sheffield Wednesday. You join me for kick-off. First highlight goes to Sheffield Wednesday. Odebaja with the throw in. Can we clear the lines? Got it back. Good crossing. Dela Cruz beat his man there, but thankfully he's headed it wide. That would have been a disastrous start for us. We'd got 1-0 down so early. 15 minutes in, and another highlight. Sheffield Wednesday coming down our left hand side. But Stewart picks up the ball, dispossesses, gives it back to Elder. What can we do? Can we launch the counter attack? Stewart again, with a terrible ball across, gives it straight to Sheffield Wednesday, who almost make us pay for that mistake, but they put it wide. Not a shaky start from us here. Nothing really to know at the moment. No teams have had a shot on target, which is quite worrying really after 35 minutes. There we go, we've had one now. Another highlight, Elder with a throw into us. Balog in Stewart, De Silva, what can he do? Batty with a great ball out to Elder, chases it down, gets across into Lewis Potter, who rattles the post, hits the rebound and rattles the post again. No luck there for Lewis Potter, but we've still got the ball. Stewart into Batty, back to Stewart, gives it back again, out wide to Lehigh, plays a lovely ball to Wilkes, but we're blocked off by the defender and we just can't get there. But so unlucky for Lewis Potter to hit the bar, to hit the post twice. Highlight just before half time, our corner. Device whips it in, met by Balog, and he's hit the bar. No, but Balog has hit the bar just before half time. We're absolutely dominating Sheffield Wednesday here. Need to make these chances count again in the second half. This is why we're looking at another striker. Second half is underway. What can we do? I'm hoping that we can create a chance and just take the one. That's all we need. We'll encourage them. I think that we can definitely make an impact today. 65 minutes and we've not had a single highlight in the second half. Bring a change on, just bring Maddison on, or we'll bring him on for Wilkes. We'll bring Irvine on in the centre for De Silva. 75 minutes, still no highlight in the second half. That's going to show some passion. We'll just try and push forward a little bit, put it onto attacking. 5 minutes to go, absolutely nothing in the second half. No highlight at all. Not one. And that's it, we've drawn 0-0. Not one single highlight in that second half. I'm a bit disappointed there, especially in that second half, to not have a single highlight. It's kind of why I'm looking at a striker to bring in, just to try and get us some more chances and actually be able to put them away. Hopefully though we can field a mixture of both youth and first teamers against Ipswich and breathe a bit of confidence back into the squad. We'll leave it there for now, and if you join me back again in a minute for the Ipswich game, we'll see how we get on in the third round of the FA Cup. Welcome back, you join me on the team screen for the Ipswich game. We're going with quite a rotated squad today, so we're going with Ingram in goal, a back four of Elder, Fibel, McDonald and Mackenzie, a midfield three of De Silva, Batty and Stewart. On the wings we've got Lewis Potter and Samuelson, with youngster Juanito Lopez leading the line. McDonald's making his first appearance of the season after a long-term injury. We have had a loan bid accepted for Matt Ingram. He was after leaving on loan, so we have agreed to that, but we're going to play him today anyway. We're going with a 4-4-2. I'm hoping we'll be able to break that down fairly easily. The team talks are done and the third round tie is underway. We are away today. Nothing to note at the moment, 10 minutes in. We've had a couple of shots and 2 on target, but no highlights have come from them. McDonald picks up a booking, but the first highlight of the game comes to Ipswich with the throw-in. They get the ball forward. They run at the defence, but Stewart dispossesses. De Silva picks up the loose ball forward to Lopez, but it's headed away. And Ipswich come back on the break. The bell, I don't know if he headed that across, but Ipswich get a shot in and they go 1-0 up. Not a good start. 20 minutes in and we're 1-0 down to Ipswich. I don't know what happened at the defence here. I don't know if the striker Will Keane just beats Fibel at the back and Jackson gets in behind and makes it 1-0 to Ipswich. First highlight, and it's come for a goal. We need to act quickly. Ipswich with another highlight here on the throw-in. Bring it into our box to get it across, and Jackson's there, and it's 2-0. A quick fire double from Jackson makes it 2-0, and we're in all sorts of trouble here. Defence was all over the place. Chong just easily turns on the ball, and there's a big gap in the middle for Jackson to get his shot away, and it's 2-0. Our highlight here, Batty with a free kick, but it's poorly headed in straight into the keeper's hands. And Ipswich break out. Oh, it's gone over Mackenzie. He's made a mistake. Will Keane's in behind. Good save by Ingram, but the defence is looking at 6 and 7s here. They're all over the shop. Corner headed away. Can we pick up the loose ball? Ipswich get there. What will they do with it? Can we get it away? And Ingram comes and collects the ball. We need to launch it. We need to pick our ideas up here, otherwise we will be going out the FA Cup very early on. The bell and Stewart back to De Silva, feeds it to Batty, looks for a lovely ball to Samuelson. What can you do with it? And you just lose it. But Batty ends up with the ball. De Silva rifles a shot off, and it's just gone wide. Just gone wide from De Silva. Coming up to half time, and we've looked bad in the highlights, but really poor. we need to be quite assertive with them here and ask them to say we need a better showing. And there's a lot more to come from them. Second half is underway. I think we maybe need to make some changes quite early on. Mackenzie with the throw in, Samuelson back to Mackenzie, out to Stewart. What can he do with it? Gives it back to Mackenzie. Play, just giving it a 1-2. Stewart loses the ball, doesn't make a decision, loses it, and Ipswich launch a counter attack, 1-on-1, and I think it was saved by the keeper. Ingram makes a save. Could have been 3-0. Lewis Potter's had a bad game. Bring Tom Eves on as well for Juanito Lopez. Lewis Potter into Batty. Looks for Juanito Lopez. Heads it back to Potter. Into Batty. What can he do? Out to Stewart. Potter again. Samuelson. And it's headed away. He doesn't get there. It's headed away for our corner. I'm hoping that we can have a positive impact from the substitutions. We'll just swap Madison and Samuelson on the other side. 70 minutes, nothing's happening. Turn to attacking. Elder with the throw in to De Silva, but he loses the ball on the edge of the area, and Ipswich launch another counter attack. Jackson gets in behind again. Can he make it 3? He does. We're out of the FA Cup. We are gone. The defence is all over the place this afternoon. Absolutely appalling. Just Jackson gets in behind. There's no challenge made for him. It's appalling. Not good this afternoon. I think we'll maybe need to look at addressing the defensive situation in terms of backups, because it's quite clear that what we've got isn't good enough. But really disappointing. Another highlight to Ipswich. We'll make another change. Bring Balog on. Not at this stage it's going to really make any difference. Samuelson doesn't even get there from the long ball. Ipswich come again into the midfield. They're going to run down the clock now. Play it back to the keeper. Eves is chasing but is never going to get there. Ipswich just playing keep ball now in the midfield. Passing it around us like we're not there. Judge turns on the defence but goes over the crossbar. Very lucky here not to be 4 or 5 down. Really poor from us today. And Ipswich come back again. De Silva picks up the ball. Out to Elder. Gives it to Eves. What can he do with it? He's running with it on the wing. He's still got the ball, but he's not. He's just lost it. There's no one supporting him there. No one's making the runs for him. Batty into Madison. To De Silva. Balog turns, he's had a go and it's gone wide. I think that sums our afternoon up this afternoon. And there it is. Nope, one more highlight. Elder into Stewart. Ipswich win the ball back again. They've absolutely bullied us in the midfield today. They break for one last time and the shot's gone wide. Is this the final highlight of the game? Madison can't even get there. Terrible. I know I've played a mixture of sort of first team fringe players and a couple of first teamers, but I wasn't expecting it to be this bad. Maybe that shows the lack of depth that we've actually got in the squad and that we need to address. Just blow the referee whistle referee, just blow it, it's terrible. Ipswich come forward again, just winding on the clock, and there it is. Caden Jackson with a hat-trick, and we're out of the FA Cup. Awful game. I think what we'll do is we'll come back for the Brentford game. We'll do that as a standalone game because it's the first game after the transfer window, and hopefully we can have a look at the deals that we've done and we'll take it from there. If you have enjoyed what you've seen today, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and thank you for watching.